So I'm going to show a really basic way to use sidechain compression in Logic. What we're going to do is, I've already set it all up here, but you want to start with a bass drum. It can be any instrument, but bass drum's easiest. And I'm just showing a 4/4 or 4 on the floor rhythm here. Just because it's really simple. You can have any kind of dynamic rhythm. It's whatever you want to portray through the compressor into your synth or the instrument that you're using. So what it sounds like on its own here is just a bass drum like that. So that's what you want to do. You want to create a track. You want to put a drum track on it, a bass drum track, draw it in, 4 on the floor. Once you've created your track, you want to go to stereo output here, and you want to remove that, so no output. Then with your drum track, you're going to go to your send and you're going to select bus, any bus you want. I've just selected bus 1. Once you do that, this little volume here will be at 0, and you want to turn that up. You can either option click, which will turn it to 0.00, or you can click and drag. But if you leave that at its default, then nothing's going to happen because there's going to be no volume coming through the track. As soon as you create that bus, it's going to create an auxiliary track, and what you need to do is you need to mute this auxiliary track. If you don't, then your bass drum's still going to come through. So you need to mute that auxiliary track so that absolutely nothing's coming through, because we don't want this bass drum constantly going through the song that we're about to make, or the session that we're about to produce. So once we've done that, we're going to then move on to the synth that we want to alter dynamically with the sidechain compression. So I've got 2 here. They're both exactly the same, but one's just a higher range in the keyboard. Brightest fuzz, just any synth that you want. Once you've created your synth, you're going to add a compressor, just the basic compressor, standard one in Logic. Once you've added this compressor, what you want to do is to connect it to the bust bass drum. You're going to go to sidechain up here, which will say none, like that, and you're just going to click on the arrow and select the bus that you've chosen from your drum kit. So select bus 1. Once you've selected that, you're good to go. Now, on its own, before you've added the bus drum kit, the synth will sound like this. Okay, just the basic synth as it would sound. When you actually activate the compressor, so if I play this, you'll hear the effect that it gives. And on the other synth, this only works when you've actually got the track playing. So if I play the synths now, exactly the same notes I was playing before, but I've not got that effect that has been added from the sidechain compression. The way that you control the parameters of the compression is with your controls on the compressor. So if you change the attack, the release, the ratio, then you get different effects and dynamic sounds from controlling it. You can also change the length and size of the notes in the actual drum track. That's just a basic example of sidechain compression.